Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Joel. We like to make stuff here, and thank you for joining me today. Hope everybody's having a great evening. So today what we've got is the final wrap up of my classic Batman cowl. I know we've had some pitfalls along the way with paint cracking and just not looking the way that I hoped it would look, and but we went ahead and persevered. We finished it. I'm glad we did because it actually looks pretty cool with the way it turned out. Sometimes you think something's going to go one way and you're like, man, it's got to be this way right here, and then it just falls apart, and you just kind of got to pick up the pieces and shuffle it back over here and just stick with it. And if you just stick with stuff long enough, it's eventually going to turn out to something pretty awesome, and I think that's what we got here today. So I'll let y'all be the judge of that. This is my blue classic Neil Adams style Batman cowl. I know it's not exactly the cowl itself, but man, I love that cell shading that he did, and a lot of the artists did back in those days in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even on that. But this kind of cell shading is just something that's really awesome, and I just love it. I enjoy painting it. Everything's hand painted. So what I did was, the cracks in it, I don't know if you can see or not, but let me see if I can get you some footage of the cracks. The cracks actually look really cool. I don't think Batman would ever have a porcelain cowl, but I've got one of my own, so that's just how it turned out, and it looks kind of neat, looks kind of artsy, and that's okay. I like that, and just goes to show that not everything has to be exactly how you think it needs to be to look cool. But so what I did on this is I applied the acrylic on here, and it cracked on me again when I was just doing some testing. I almost took the whole idea and just shelved it and just wanted to start all over. And I was like, no, let's use this to at least practice. So all this was me just practicing, trying to see how I do it on here, because everything flows different when you got a three-dimensional object with different contours and whatnot. So if you have stuff to practice on, I would just print something and not even worry about it being awesome looking, but just get you some markers, or maybe you're a painter with brushes, and that's something I want to figure out how to do, is use brushes. And I've got a airbrush too. I need to learn how to use it. So that's one thing about doing this hobby, is there's always something to learn and to experience. So, but yeah, with all these different little nooks and crannies and bumps and whatnot, you got to figure out how your pens or brush is going to run through there. So it was just a good test bed to practice on, and I was like, man, it actually looks pretty good. So I was like, well, it's cracking still, and it looks so cool with the black on it cracking. And I was like, well, if I paint the whole thing in acrylic, I wonder if the whole thing will crack too, and it did. So all this is hand painted with an acrylic pen, and after I got it clear coated, it smoothed the finish out and looks pretty good. So I am real tickled with it. But let me give you a look at what it looks like with the helmet on here. So this is what we got. So I think it is actually really cool. The helmet itself, it's really good. That's something else you got to work on, is getting your fitment down, and there's really no good way to teach that. It's just, I know there's some guys out there, they do test rings where they'll just do the ring of this right here and print it on their print bed, and that gets you really close. Just measure your head size and whatnot, and that'll get it close too. But yeah, this turned out good. The eyes right here, I can see out of the eyes. These aren't just paper. A lot of the stuff you look at in my room here, when I'm early on, it's just white paper in there, like that right there. That's white paper in that one. There's white paper over there in that one. So it's just something to give that contrast of the comic style eyes. But this is actually mesh right here that I use. It's a computer fan mesh, and you just cut it and you hot glue that in there. And you cut the mesh just a little bit bigger than the eye hole itself, and it just does such a great job of giving you that comic accurate white eyes and that everybody's looking for. So I just wish there would be more white eyes in the movies, because that looks so cool. Right here is what I'm using. This is it's a computer fan mesh. You can get it in white and black. And actually, if you want to do a different color in this, let's see here. Can you see that? I mean, you can see really good through it. I mean, it's really good. So that's what I use with that. And you can paint this stuff. So like this helmet right here, that's this mesh right here, but I put it on a piece of tape and I painted it the same color I painted this right here. And when I pulled it off the tape, if there was anything bled through, it would stick to the tape and it still left the perforated holes, and you can see perfectly out of that right there. So I've used it on that, and I used it on Iron Man and this Spider-Man. I'm still working on this one right here. This is a Iron Man Prime, but those are white eyes. I've got some of the light up eyes for it, but this goes to another project I'm working on. This is for my 2004 The Batman animated cartoon, and well, I'll tell you what, let's give you a little update on it. I got it painted. I've shared some pictures, and thank you for all those who's responded and encouraged me. But this is where we're at. We've got the cell shading done right here. I still need to clear coat it. This is just paper eyes right here. These are going to go in here and be my eyes for that, but I won't do that until I get the clear coat done, because it will just mess it up where you can't see out of it. What I want to do is I'm thinking I'm going to do some cell shading in the back of the cowl too, because in the back he's always got like that little line of blue going down right here. So I'll probably end up doing that, and maybe when I do that I'll do a little video on how to do it, because I think it's something that everybody can do, and I'll just share that with you when I do it. So we'll get that done. I'll clear coat it. I'll get the eyes in, and it'll be ready. But let's look at this one. This one is so cool. I really like this cowl. Actually, the guy that produces the cowl, he's got a secondary file in there when you buy it. That's for a cloth covering, so you can cover this in cloth, and you can have that authentic looking cloth Batman that everybody. I don't know if you'll be able to pull the cowl off your head like Batman does, but at least it'd be cloth, and that would be so cool to have that. But that's where we're at on this right here, and more to come on this one. But I think that's all we got today. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. If you've not joined the channel, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have already, thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. I just do this because it's a fun hobby, and I want to share it with everybody, and I think everybody should be able to print their own really cool stuff, because 3D printing, it's not just cosplay. There's so much more stuff. I've got friends that are doing, like little cannons and making stuff for their garage. There's just so many caveats that 3D printing can get you into. It's not just cosplay. You can do all kinds of stuff, but this is my favorite right here, cosplay. My youngest daughter got me into it, so I am hooked now, and my poor wife, I've taken over the whole den right here, so I got to give a shout out to her. I love her so much for that, but I drive her nuts. But thanks again for joining me. I'll have another update here soon on this, and maybe hopefully have that tutorial on it. Until then, everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.